You don't know, you damn well should know. My name is Reynolds, and today I'm asking the age-old question of, is Blaire White worse than a child molester? So Blaire White is this transgender YouTuber. She makes these videos about topics that transgender people often make topics about on YouTube. The key difference being, she's on the opposite end of most transgender YouTubers. So whilst most transgender YouTubers are talking about non-binary and how many genders there are, Blaire White is talking about how there's only 2 genders. While most trans people on YouTube are talking about feminism and how great it is, or Black Lives Matter, Blaire White is on the opposite end, saying how Black Lives Matter is fucking retarded and how feminists are wrong. So this is Blaire White's YouTube channel. 235,000 subscribers. Trannies have come a long way these days, haven't they, Blaire? And I mean, you can have a peek at the video titles here, and they're very interesting. This is why people don't like trannies. Can you imagine ever a trans person saying that? You really wouldn't expect this kind of video to come from a trans person. This is why people don't like trannies. Most of the time it's all about trans pride, and trannies are the greatest thing in the world. I mean, she calls it trannies. That's not something that trans people say. Trans people hate that word for the most part. So as far as I'm concerned so far, she's certainly got some decent, good points here. Good job, Blaire. Good job. You keep doing your thing. Children transitioning, child abuse, I agree with that as well. Well, the title anyway. Minorities can be racist. I mean, I've made some of the same sort of videos as I'm seeing here from Blaire, and I have watched some of these, and I can tell you that our viewpoints do stand very close on a lot of these issues. So now we're having a little peek into her Twitter, and on this says, this is me every time someone in real life wants to talk about my YouTube channel. I think you have the wrong tranny, sorry. Okay, first off, Blaire White, I'd say she's certainly one of the biggest success stories as far as sort of taking hormones and changing your appearance as a trans person. I would never have known that this person was trans. Blaire White looks like an attractive woman. An attractive woman. This isn't like when some transgender people and they've got masculine faces and they're muscly still, or they've got, you know, you've got definite masculine features about you and you can tell there's something up there. Blaire White is perfectly transitioning here. But as far as this image goes, it seems to me like you're lying about who you are sometimes. I'm not sure if I can let that pass. Let's continue. Hey, wait a minute. Is that only say on? This image says, when the left sends their trannies, they're not sending their best. And you know, I think I have to agree with that. It blows my mind how people ask me, what's your problem with Islam, bitch? I promise you that Islam has a much bigger problem with me. She's right again. I mean, I can't disagree with her on these things. Leafy said I'd fuck Blaire White, and she's like, oh. Okay. I challenge Onision to a boxing match. Surely he doesn't mind hitting girls, and I don't mind going off my estrogen to hit him like a man. That is gangster, Blaire White. That is pretty gangster. That mad respect for that one. Oh, and Onision says, you're so dishonest, it's disturbing. I make videos about all women. You're such a liar. I mean, this reminds me of Onision insulting me. I mean, right here we've got @ragreynolds. He literally said it repeatedly on live television. It's embarrassing how stupid you are. Blocking you, Rag. Get the fuck out of my life. You know, I'm still meaning to get this framed on my wall alongside a bunch of other Onision tweets where he's screaming at me for no apparent reason. But yeah, it seems like we both have that in common, that Onision's insulting us and hates us. I tried googling Blaire White, and you know, this is what came up. It was this thing about some American football player. Maybe this was Blaire White. Blaire, was this you? Is this you as a man before you transitioned? I think I'm onto your secret. But yeah, I can't really find anything on Blaire White that would make her worse than a child molester. I have no problems with anything she said. I agree with almost everything I've ever heard her say. I mean, I disagree with her on her latest Onision videos with that drama. I actually agree with Onision for the most part in the drama going on at the moment, and I'll put a link to that video where I talk about that at the end of this one. Outside of that, she's made other videos to Onision, and I agree with those 100%. I agree with her on all these videos she's made about feminists, Black Lives Matter, transgenders, all these sort of things. I seem to agree with her on almost everything she says. I can't find any overwhelming evidence she's a liar. I did show that one image, but it was more of a comedy type thing. It wasn't like she was seriously like, oh, I'm just going to ignore every single person. Maybe she does, but there's no real evidence of that. So to answer the question, is Blaire White worse than a child molester? The answer is no. And until next time, check out some of these other videos on screen now. We've got this Onision drama video. We've got a couple of other worse than a child molester. And this one's just suited to whatever is recommended for you from my channel. You're welcome, society.